Bobby mentioned he met you. He's had quite the adventure. He's quite something, our Bobby, isn't he? I missed our Bobby so much. We barely got out of that base with our lives.
Everything good? We're here to help.
Our whole office is getting moved to Gagarin.
Really? Ugh. What's there to even do on Gagarin?
Beats me, but the financials make sense.
I have a feeling today's going to be a great day. Don't you agree?
So, what's the point?
Of what?
This? Is it some sort of art? A Zen garden? What?
It's a communal art installation. It's supposed to look nice.
I guess. But I'm just saying, you could have a whole bat-ball field or some food stands. Something useful.
It's always something with you.
I have a pen pal in Sidonia. We've been writing to each other the old-fashioned way. Space used to be a lot harder on my body. Now it's mostly time. Just enjoying the view. These days, my favorite thing to do is sit and listen. The wind, the trees, they all have their own language. Sometimes they even sing. I'm close to 80 years old, so I will spare you the long version. To put it simply, I lived, and I loved. And really, does a person need anything else? I agree. Some would say it's not enough. But if that were true, I would not be at peace. You don't need my advice. You're alive. And you've survived everything that comes with that title. Which is to say, you are an achievement, a gift. Never forget that. Oh, it just so happens I need a letter delivered to my pen pal in Sidonia. Pay is in advance, 1,000 credits. Her name is Hattie. She used to live in the apartment I live in now. I used to get all her packages because she never bothered to change her address. One day I tracked her down and sent her a letter. She sent one back. And from then on, we just never stopped responding. What is a stranger except a friend you haven't met? Besides, there's something about you that I like, and I've always trusted my gut. Bless you, child. I believe you'll find Hattie at the community center in Sidonia. Just hand her the letter. She'll know who it's from.
So after an hour of whining, they're finally out here.
They're just sitting on the grass. They should be playing.
Do you want to go another 3 rounds with them?
There's slides, like right there.
At least they're outside.
I'm so behind on my work. When's the report?
Anyone residing in or visiting United Colony systems. The terror threat is real.
You hear about that missing ship? They think it was pirates.
Yeah, you know how it goes.
Any luck tracking down those sensors?
I appreciate your assistance, but I still need all of those sensors.
So you do. Wonderful. I'll just take these, and we'll see what they have to tell us. All right, we'll just upload the data and give it a moment. And just another moment. Oh. It is working, isn't it? Ah, there it is. What a relief. Now, let's see. This is... Well, it's... Oh my. Well, there's good news and bad news. The good news is that my suspicions were correct. There is something wrong with the tree. I will report my findings to Mast immediately with no small amount of satisfaction. The phrase, "I told you so," may even be uttered more than once. Well, from a certain point of view. In an, admittedly, somewhat selfish manner. The bad news, as it were, is that the internal composition of the tree is changing. In this particular case, the tree is now regularly emitting ultra-low frequency sound waves. They're nearly imperceptible now, but they're growing in strength. This is something we've never observed before. Depending on how large these waves grow, consequences for the city could be disastrous. I must consult with my colleagues in Mast at once. Thank you for your assistance. I hope these credits are adequate compensation.
Thank you for your help retrieving the
Customer
biosensors.
satisfaction survey of New Atlantis businesses ranked Galbank in the top 3. A spokesman
I hate when people laugh at their own jokes. Like,
You will be scanned as you enter.
A diplomatic visa? You got to be kidding.
These findings are alarming. Let's hope that MAST takes these findings seriously. The data from the biosensors speaks for itself. Thank you. The data from the biosensors speaks for itself.
Have it all. As Crimson Fleet attacks continue to rise, so too does the pressure on SysDef to protect United Colonies.
There are always about a million things to do, and I'm only one person. It's so overwhelming. Hey! Oh, you're not Carl. Sorry, I shouldn't assume. Maybe you go by Carl. You're just not the Carl I was waiting for. We're supposed to be investigating a power drain down here. People have been reporting brownouts for a while, and Mass finally decided to follow up on it. I can't be in two places at once, and Carl isn't here. So I'm just trying to look inconspicuous. Co-worker of mine on this assignment with me, clearly not taking it seriously. Not really surprising. Most folks are fine with ignoring what goes on down here. We're trying to isolate a power drain, which looks like it's the result of a large amount of power being rerouted through various subsystems. But it's kind of a two-person job. Someone needs to find the junction boxes associated with those subsystems and power them down. The other person needs to monitor the system remotely. It's pretty simple, really, and relatively safe. Only a small chance of electrocution. Well, since you're here and Carl isn't, and I really want to get this solved, I will take you up on that. What I need isn't very technical. I can talk you through it remotely. I'm gonna head to the monitoring station. The first box we're looking for is over near UC Surplus. You know, Antonio's place. I can contact you once you get there.
Problem?
How you liking that laser gun? Pew, pew!
Hey, can you hear me? I think this is working. I only have a general view of things, but you should be near the first junction box. Look for it mounted on the wall. When you find it, open it up and flip the big switch. That's it. Great job. So that tripped the secondary breaker, and that goes to... Oh, wow, really? They wired it like that? Jeez, okay. Okay, got it. Next one is way down past Jake's, and maybe up a story or two? It's a bit of a hike. Sorry.
What's with the staring? You need something?
All right, you should be near the next junction box. This section isn't used very much these days, so it may be a little harder to see. That's the one. Next one's not too far. Dead end, right down from Jake's. Right under that apartment they've been trying to sell. Good luck with that, right?
I'm not supposed to talk to strangers.
You should be near the next junction box. And if those squatters never cleared out, I would suggest avoiding eye contact. It should be fine. Another switch flipped, another lead to follow. And the lights in here just flickered too. The wiring is worse than I thought. I'm going to work on fixing that little issue while you find the next junction box. Looks like it's over near the Trade Authority. Okay, just find that and, maybe don't talk to anyone about it just yet.
Hey.
Okay, the final box I need you to deal with should be right around there. Unfortunately, I just realized you're in for a real tangle of cabling. Like 200 years of field attempts to rewire things. I tried to fix it 3 years back and was crying by the second day. Gave up on the third. Anyway, there should be a series of secondary breakers you need to deal with before you can access the junction box. I don't remember the order, but flip levers until all those circuits are powered down. station, near where we met.
Those Trident cruises soon. I'm excited.
Gonna be honest, I don't really care.
You found them all, and really quickly too. I'm impressed. Did I say thank you? Because thank you. There's no way I could have done that in a reasonable amount of time all by myself. Well, not everyone would be, and I appreciate it. Thanks to your help, I was able to trace the power drain. I know where it's coming from. Unfortunately, the source is exactly where I was afraid it was. The Trade Authority. So that's something that I'll need to deal with. That'll be fun. If you want to tag along, I certainly wouldn't complain, but if not, then this is where we part ways. See this through. So thanks to you, we've got evidence that the Trade Authority is behind the power drain being reported down here. I don't know if you ever dealt with the Trade Authority, but Zoe is intimidating. I have to go in there, but I really don't want to. You think you'd be willing to go with me? Just make sure this doesn't go badly? I don't know. I feel like I'm the one who's going to wind up in trouble. Zoe's got a way of twisting things. Thanks. That means a lot. I can do the talking, I think. Just be ready for, well, anything.
You ever hear the one about the orphan and the platypus? Funny stuff. Can't really
A visit from Mast. How delightful. You'll have to remind me of your name, dear. I'm afraid I can't keep track of all you little worker drones.
I'm Luisa Reyes. Well, you know that, because I've been in here 3 times.
Yes. Yes, of course you are. And what was it you were accusing me of with absolutely no evidence?
The power drain is coming from your building, Zoe. You and I both know it, and now I can prove it.
I'm sorry, what?
We traced the drain, checked the grid. It led us here. You can't talk your way out of this.
I'm going to ask you to wait here a moment. I'll be right back. Is Mast outsourcing its help now? How droll. Welcome to the Trade Authority. If you're here on legitimate business, I would be more than happy to help
just
you.
Be ready
If,
for
however,
anything.
you are
I
here
don't know
under
if she's
false
going to come out of
pretense,
there with a
say,
gun or
sent by
all
one
in
Miss Sang of
mercenaries or
UC
what.
Distribution,
I don't want
then
this
I'm
to turn
afraid.
violent if we can
So,
avoid it.
what-
Okay? Okay, you're probably right. Just need to breathe.
Well, Miss
Pardon?
Reyes, I apologize for not taking this matter more seriously. I assure you I will eagerly assist in getting to the bottom of this.
No, you're not weaseling out of this. We got to the bottom of it. You are the bottom.
I appreciate your enthusiasm for your work, but I do a little more research before casting aspersions. Someone has indeed been using this location through which to route electrical power. It is not the Trade Authority. I've had my suspicions for a while, and have been keeping detailed notes, which I'm happy to share with you. For now, though, what do we do next?
Wait, what?
Oh, for heaven's sake. I presume you've been assisting Miss Reyes in tracking down this little problem. Well, clearly there's more work to be done. Why don't you continue the work you've been doing with an assurance that the Trade Authority will compensate you for your time? I'll coordinate things here with Miss Reyes. With Mast's access to the grid, we'll find out who did this soon enough. And why. Presumably, you're the one who's been doing the field work, so I believe you'll find there's another junction box out there in the well that needs your attention.
Okay, well, this is not how I saw this going. For the moment, let's assume this is all legitimate. I can sort out the details with Zoe. So why don't you go investigate the next junction box? Maybe Zoe really is telling the truth. Honestly, I have no idea. I think that's actually even more concerning, and that's saying something. Does it matter? Sure seems like this is happening one way or another. I don't trust her, but I'll keep an eye on her.
Why exactly are you standing here instead of assisting us? We've been in New Atlantis for a very long time, before most things topside were built. With lots of infrastructure already in place, ample storage, and discreet access to the spaceport, it makes sense to stay. It's had the unintentional, but not unwelcome, side effect of weeding out people who can be timid about doing business. I thought the name made it rather obvious. We are the authority on trade in the settled systems. Whether it's bulk cargo, specialty items, or individual requests, we make sure things get where they need to go. We have shipping lanes across the settled systems and deal with nearly every major corporation and faction there is. Oh, I'm not. I thought I made that clear. Someone evidently decided it was a good idea to try and frame me for whatever is going on. I would very much like to know who that is, and why they thought they could get away with it. I admit I'm also quite curious to know what they're up to. Aren't you? There are more important things you should be doing right now, you know? As I said, I have been aware of the issues with the power grid for a while now. I've been taking notes, and Miss Reyes will be able to verify their authenticity. But really, do you honestly believe I'd go to this effort if I were somehow responsible? Pleasure dealing with you.